What's happening, everybody? You know who I am. You know what we do. Let's go ahead and do it. So, Donald Trump is continually breaking rules, regulations, policies, and traditions. But I'm betting a lot of you forgot what type of tradition that he broke at the very beginning of his presidency. Let me show you something. Jimmy Carter died last year at the age of 100. And being a former president, Joe Biden, the current president on the way out at the time, had stated by an order that we were going to fly flags as a country at half staff for President Carter. But of course, Donald Trump makes things about himself and makes it about strength or weakness. And in this case, he wanted people to know that if the American flag was being flown half staff during his inauguration, it would make America weak. Let me give you his exact wording. The Democrats are all giddy about our magnificent American flag potentially being at half-mast during my inauguration, Trump wrote on his platform Truth Social. They think it's so great and are so happy about it because in actuality, they don't love our country. They only think about themselves. Now, I want you all to look at the hypocrisy of this statement. They only think about themselves. This coming from the guy doing a government shutdown right now who is trying to hawk cheaper medication under the title Trump RX. In any event, because of the death of President Jimmy Carter, the flag may, for the first time ever during an inauguration of a future president, be at half-mast. Nobody wants to see this, and no American can be happy about it. Let's see how it plays out. Of course, you know that Trump had the flag raised to the very top while he was being inaugurated, and then afterwards it was lowered again. Take a look at the last paragraph, though. Trump's demand marks a departure with tradition. When President Nixon was inaugurated in 1973, the flags at the Capitol building were flown at half-staff in honor of former President Harry Truman, who died on December 26th. Donald Trump couldn't be bothered to honor the memory of a former president by making sure the flag stayed at half-staff. He had to have it at full staff because that's the only way that America can show strength. Do you know who else got the flag flown at half staff? Now, it's bad enough that we see the White House partaking in white supremacy, broadcasting it directly from the White House. But let me show you something else again. A racist and a bigot had the American flag dropped half. Excuse me. I'm still perplexed by this. The American flag was flown at half-staff for bigot Charlie Kirk. And we see here on the White House page, honoring the memory of Charlie Kirk. Now, you know America has fallen if we're seeing a white supremacist, a far-right extremist being honored by the President of the United States in a message. As a mark of respect for the memory of Charlie Kirk by the authority vested in me as President of the United States by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, I hereby order that the flag of the United States shall be flown at half-staff at the White House and upon all public buildings and grounds, at all military posts and naval stations, and on all naval vessels of the federal government in the District of Columbia and throughout the United States and its territories and possessions until sunset, September 14th, 2025. I also direct that the flag shall be flown at half-staff for the same length of time at all United States embassies, legations, consular offices, and other facilities abroad, including all military facilities and naval vessels and stations, in witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 10th day of September in the year of our Lord 2025 and of the independence of the United States of America in, the 250th. Donald J. Trump. A white supremacist and bigot was given the honor across all American territories and military installations of having the American flag flown in his honor at half-staff. We are truly looking at the Confederacy of the United States, folks, and I'm not being hyperbolic. Now, granted, it's not over as of yet. As I've said many times before, the judiciary can only do so much. The rest of us need to do our part by making sure we are at the polls and voting when we need to. Now, we do know that they're trying their best to change the rules so voting becomes more difficult. So if you're not ignorant, if you're not deported, make sure you get yourselves down there, folks. This is the final stand of democracy if the way that we're seeing things goes the way that it looks like it's going. Understand, you've got to do your part. If you like it, let me know, share it if you do, and subscribe if this is what you're looking for. And also look for me at youtube.com/at 1970 John Henry. See you there.